Okay, hello moods. So I didn't realize that Songyeon had already dropped his comeback single. I know I have heard or I have seen the visualizer for Smashing Concrete, but I didn't know he was. I already knew that he was coming out with another song, but I didn't realize it already had dropped like 2 days ago because I think I had seen just the teasers like a couple of days ago, and then didn't see anything until like I got on my Spotify and I saw that it dropped. I'm like, oh, I wonder if the MV dropped, and sure enough, it dropped. So, but anyways, I'm excited to see what kind of sound it's gonna be like for this, because like I said, I have heard Smashing Concrete, and I was just like, oh, like this is very different, but also very him. But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and watch. It's repeating itself. Oh. Ooh, I like how this sounds already though. Aww. Hey. I like that. Like it went from like slow start to like then the big like build up and then went back down. Oh, it's like, wow. His vocals, like I like the contrasting like up and downs. Like it's very giving like the up and downs of like life and romance is what I think it's giving here. Oh, now he's like floating. Oh. Wow. That's very, very, very like different from obviously from Smashing Concrete. But I think it ties in very well with Drowning. But like obviously that's like different kind of sound, but like it's just very powerful, very emotional, very meaningful. And I did see that too. Like he was like um making like videos of teaching people how to sing, and like I think I saw a clip of him with like 10 centimeters like have him do the cover of Drowning, but like no one could ever do like the high peak note of it. But yeah, like his voice is always so good, y'all. Like his songs are always so like meaningful and like very like him, and he just has so much to like talk about in his music, and you can always tell that from like all of his tracks from like his previous albums for sure. Like I said, Lovers Left was like my favorite album of his. So to get this like little after he came back from the military, right? It's like you could tell he probably had this like either prepped already or like he had been like working on it for a while, and he was like waiting for him to get out. And you know, it's just like I think his messages are very like relatable, I think is what it is. Like I think that's why everyone really likes his music as well, because it's also giving like the feelings of like someone who like has gone through that, even though like I mean we don't know anything about like, you know, what relationships he's had in the past or like if he's in a current relationship right now, but like it's giving like, oh, like who hurt you, sir, like that you can write such good like breakup good like love songs, you know. But anyways, I think that's all I'm gonna say about it, because like I'm honestly blown away. I was really quiet because I was like taking in the actual MV, but you can definitely see, like I said, the different like phases of like, or different types of love in general, because obviously you had like the old two elderly people, which I think the husband in there was actually like going maybe like having like a you know, with old age you kind of forget things, or maybe he was going through like dementia or like Alzheimer's or something like that. That's what it was giving. And like, you know, the wife is like trying to be there and supporting and like, you know, try to help him like with that whole phase of like forgetting everything. And then obviously the young couple, the young like school couple, you know, going through that whole like, you know, disagreement. Same with like the couple else at the bar. Then you also had like the slight of like the marriage couple, which I don't think there was really much like trouble between them two, but like I think that's like also like a step you go through in life. Obviously you get married to someone that you really love, and then you get to see that relationship also of love between like the little girl and her dog, but also like it seems like that person like with the cart of flowers is like maybe their mom or something like that. So maybe like that missing element of like, you know, wanting and seeking love from like a parent is kind of like, you kind of get what I mean, like it's like up and downs of life, that love isn't necessarily just about, you know, what you feel for like someone like a partner. It can be about like friendship, it could be about like parent familial love. Like it doesn't have to be just one set kind of love. So I think I like that message a lot. Like I said, like he really just puts a lot of meaning into the songs, and like you have to really like look past like the superficial part of like the MV and like the visuals of it, and like really dig deep and like think about what he's trying to portray with it. Because obviously you also had like the sign that says I'll never love again, but like, and then once he said like, oh, it's gonna burn, or like I'm gonna burn, like it ends up like going up in flames, like, which is like how a lot of people explain like the ending of a relationship in general. Like it doesn't matter which kind, like it always ends up like something ends up hitting, like shit ends up hitting the fan, right? So then like it ends up like everything ends up like burning down, like, you know, basically getting destroyed is what it's kind of symbolizing. But then like at the bottom it said like life is like a circle, like it always ends up repeating. So I think he was also saying like, oh, like with that in mind, I think it also like him saying like, oh, like even though you say you'll never love again, like that just ends up like it's a cycle you end up going through, right? Like you end up like falling in love, you end up going like through that whole phase, and then you end up breaking up, right? And then like you say you always end up going like through that period of like, oh, I'm never gonna get in a relationship again, I'm never gonna like trust anyone again, like, and then like you end up going through like a period of like recuperating, you know, working on yourself, like focusing on yourself and not wanting to get in a relationship, and then you meet someone again, and then that cycle ends up starting all over. Like it's never ending, basically, is what it's saying. But there's also like something that like popped up in between right here. I don't know where it is. It like, there's like a line that popped up in the middle. You see like, are you going to never love again? There's like words coming up. It says like, if you, there's like a part that says, if you do lose, are you going to never love again? Yeah, like you see like there's like words in between like that. I didn't notice until I was looking for that other part, but there's like a phrase that pops up somewhere here and I can't find it. But yeah, you see what I mean? Like there's just like so much like details in here as well that you have to go back and like look to see. But that's like my take on the MV and like the meaning of the lyrics I think I got from it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.